What is up, design family, and welcome back to another episode of Fit Design TV. So glad to have you guys back on the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at my definitive guide as a fashion designer and as someone working in the industry for the last 6 years in terms of how I look at and distinguish good quality fabrics from bad quality fabrics. I'm going to take you through a list of key points that I typically like to think of every time I'm evaluating a fabric, whether it's a fabric that I plan on using in a collection, or it's something that I'm wearing, or it's something that I'm evaluating for a customer. So what is this? Well, tune into this episode. I'm going to run you through it step by step. Welcome to Fit Design TV. Are you interested in sports fashion, design, and manufacturing? Are you establishing your own brand? You're looking good. Anthony, how are we doing? Do you want to? Thank you. Well, you've come to the right place. Lights, camera, action. Getting right into the episode, the first key point that I always want to look at is essentially the color fastness of a fabric. So what is color fastness? I've described this a couple times on the channel, but it's essentially the way and the intensity by which a fabric or any given fabric can hold on to the dyed color. The last thing that you want is to buy a beautiful burgundy or a navy blue jogger or a navy blue legging and then to be able to rub off or to wear out the color over time. So usually the indicator of a good quality fabric is one that's going to hold on to the saturation, the intensity, the vibrancy, the lightness of the color without washing out over time, over 10, 20, 50, or 100 washes. Number 2 on the list is I look at the fabric weave or the fabric knit. So what does this actually mean? I look at the density. How tightly woven are the yarns that are in the fabric, or how tightly knitted are the actual threads that are in the fabric. Usually a cheaper fabric, you're going to be able to notice a ton of gaps, right? So when you take the fabric and you look at it up close, you'll be able to notice a ton of gaps in the construction. Whether it's woven or whether it's knitted, a more densely knitted or woven fabric is going to be an indicator of a higher quality fabric that's going to be much more durable over time and is going to protect against the elements much better than a more loosely knitted fabric. Of course, if you have meshes, if you have more open fabrics or more open types of constructions, and more open structure is to be expected. But when you're comparing a one-to-one, right, a woven fabric versus another woven fabric, for sure the one that is more densely knitted is using more material, so it's actually more fabric that you're getting per square inch, and at the same time it's going to have more durability, more construction, more performance overall throughout the longevity and throughout the lifespan of the fabric. 3 is going to be the thread count. So this is similar to how densely woven or knitted the fabric is. Thread count differs between sort of industry and industry, but in general it is the amount of threads per square unit of measurement, per square unit of actual surface area. So if you've ever heard the term, this is a 1,000 thread count bedsheet versus this is a 500 thread count bedsheet. What that specific use case scenario is describing is how many threads per square inch you have in that specific thread sheet. The higher the number, the smoother, the silkier the fabric. The same is going to be true with actual textiles. You want a higher thread count because that is typically going to be an indicator of a higher quality fabric that is, again, using more materials. Moving on, we also have the fabric weight. And again, a lot of these are just data points that you use. There's no singular point here that is going to give you an overall image of the fabric. Just because a fabric has good color fastness does not necessarily mean that it is a high quality fabric. But as you begin to stack these items together, you begin to get a better idea of what fabric you're dealing with. So next up is going to be the weight. The weight is typically going to be measured in grams per square meter or GSM as a standard unit. Typically, again, the higher the weight, again, the denser the fabric. The thicker the fabric, the more robust, the more durable, the drape is going to be a little bit different. So of course, a thicker fabric is going to be an indicator of a more high quality fabric more times than not. Again, this is just an extra data point that you can use in your evaluation. Next up, we have the fabric finishes that are used. So what is a fabric finish? There's a ton of different finishes out there. You have your permanent finishes, you have your semi-permanent finishes, you have your chemical finishes, you have your mechanical finishes. Each finish is going to bring an added value to the garment, whether it's a softening finish that is meant to make the fabric feel more smooth and more soft, or it's a functional finish like an antimicrobial finish or an anti-odor finish that is meant to enhance the performance of the fabric. Each finish is going to bring an added value to the garment. Typically, The more a manufacturer is going to pay attention to what finish he's using, to spend the time, the effort, the resources to apply specific finishes, the higher quality fabric that you're going to have. Think about this. You could have two polyester spandex fabrics. One of them is an anti-odor, antimicrobial finish, and the other isn't. Both of them could be the exact same types of fibers, the exact same weight, the exact same composition, but on the one hand, you're going to have a better perception of the one with a functional finish than the one without. So this is what you should be looking for, again, as an added data point in your list. Next up, we have the fabric balance. This is going to require a little bit more of a technical evaluation. Usually with every single fabric, whether it is going to be your woven fabrics or your knitted fabrics, you're going to have your weft yarns and you're going to have your warp yarns. So in the case of a woven fabric, the amount of threads per square inch that are going in the weft direction should be equal to the amount of threads per square inch or per linear inch that are going in the warp direction. This is yet another way of being able to evaluate and to overall holistically examine your fabric and what you have in hand. I also want you to look at the ply. The ply is basically an indication of how many threads are twisted together to create the yarns that are essentially used to make the fabrics that we use. The higher the yarn, or the higher amount of yarns that are used to create the threads, the higher the ply, and essentially the better quality the fabric is. Last but not least, you're going to have the specific fibers that are used in the fabric. And of course, you could have two fabrics. Both of them are cotton fabrics, but one of them is a higher quality cotton fabric, right? Maybe one of them has a double combed or a combed yarn versus the other one that's using more of a standardized cotton yarn. Or the staples on one are longer than the staples on another. All of these things are going to have an impact, but in general, you want to aim for natural fibers, as those typically tend to be the higher quality fibers that we find on the market. This doesn't mean that synthetic or even semi-synthetic fibers are not high quality, or you can't find high quality fabrics. Really, you can find high quality and poor quality fibers of all, but just in general, you're more likely to find a randomized high quality wool fiber than a high quality cotton fiber, and you're more likely to find a high quality cotton fiber on the market than a high quality polyester fiber. It just has to do with availability and the amount of sort of units that are pumped into the market. Now that we've looked at what are the key characteristics, what are the data points that you should be evaluating for when looking at different fabrics, let's take a specific use case example of the cotton fabric. Let's just say we have 100% cotton fabric, two of them, and we're trying to compare and contrast. What are the key characteristics specifically with cotton, since this is such a popular fabric that we should be looking at? Well, in tradition, high quality fabrics and high quality cotton fabrics specifically tend to be made out of a longer staple fibers when knitting or weaving. So the longer the staple fiber, the smoother, the more silky to the touch that you're going to get out of that cotton. The second thing is that you want to make sure that your cotton fabric is going to be dense enough to keep a tremendous amount of light from showing through. Typically, if it's not dense enough, means that it's not knitted or woven in a dense fashion. At the same time, the types of threads that are used don't have a high ply count, or the actual sort of fabric composition is not allowing for a dense construction. Also, specifically with cotton fabrics, because of the softness of the fibers, typically lower quality cotton fabrics tend to peel much more easily than higher quality cotton fabrics. This has to do with the quality of the fiber used. This has to do with the denseness or the density of the actual construction. So typically, a well-made cotton fabric will not peel as easily as a lesser made or a lower quality grade cotton fabric. And the last but not least, especially when it comes to cotton, you want a certain amount of natural shine and luster. This doesn't mean, of course, that it's going to shine as much as nylon, satin, polyester, but you will get a beautiful sort of richness out of cotton, especially on some of the more vibrant colors. And this is usually an indicator of a higher quality, well-made cotton. You typically see mercerized cotton, right? This is a specific sort of finish or a specific treatment that we can apply to cotton to get out that shine, that luster. So mercerized cotton always has a natural shyness to it that natural cotton typically doesn't. Guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this quick episode, and I wanted to keep it extremely technical. This is a framework that you could pretty much use to compare and contrast any two fabrics to make a decision on which is going to be of a higher quality. Of course, there's a lot more details, there's a lot more characteristics that you have to look into, but this is a great starting point. Guys, enjoyed this episode, please consider smashing a massive thumbs up. It really does help us out. It keeps us motivated to keep pumping out these videos for you. Also, I get this question a lot, so I do offer one-on-one private consultation calls for anyone that's looking to start their own brand, who needs their own direction in terms of how they should take their brand to the next level. Let's just say you're an existing brand and you're having trouble scaling. Well, I can definitely help you out with that. I have 6 years in the industry. I've built a team of over 20 different talented designers. We work with thousands and thousands of brands from all over the world to design, develop, and produce custom apparel. So I can definitely help you out with that. Check the link in the description and we can hop on that call. Guys, from the very bottom of my heart, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Fit Design TV. Until next week's episode, stay awesome.